I see you all again. Another edition of Trash and the Anarkids. We'll start with this part. I forgot to tell a Trudge's pup buddy being happy to find paper on a floor to poop on, right? On a book in the studio, and on the paper Echo made. We all tried to make some homemade paper. Obviously, Buddy found a nice place to poop. And that's Sizer's writing. And we discussed this already. From that way forward, my goodness, yes, I remember where we are now. You know, we're with this bunch of kids. Remember them. Well, things went good at Mom and Dad's. Taught the boys and Carly marbles. Gave my marbles to the boys and spent some time with Grandma. Carmen and Tori were at dinner too. Went out with Pat. Met the homeboys. Had a beer. Lyndon and the gang are socializing with the park people. Found lots of wine bottles, beer bottles too, in Ty and Chelsea's room when I was getting Ty's shirt for Ann and Cam. Found a needle and a syringe too. Ann is so stupid, she thinks he keeps it for piercing. Ha 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 ha, that's Ty's sister Ann. I love Ann very, very much, and she is married and has, last I heard, a wonderful husband and beautiful children. Easter Sunday. I'm very unhappy about not finishing my book for Sandra and Reese, but happy too because now it will be better. Guess that I chose number 1 chore, number 2 turning garden over with a spade. Got to get it ready for planting. Chad called, needed a driver to follow him in a second car. Driving was fun. I got no license. I'm grateful all went well. He bought me coffee, told me about 20 SWAT cops carrying shotguns into his workplace, the cafe in Pilot Butte. They had to store them in the freezer, the dumbass cowboys. It's a family restaurant. Also, I may be able to buy his grandpa's old motorcycle in a few weeks. Mother's Day, guess we'll see. I guess not, eh? Lexi drove today too. Her family treated her swell this weekend. She brought TP home, toilet paper. Happy for the luxury. We've been using other paper, not so soft, especially stuff we steal from restaurants, napkins and whatnot. Cam and Ann were here when she got home. I cried. Lexi gave me a picture of the kids, what I took for her. Oh, I guess this is it here, man. Here's some more Easter still stamps. Different bunch of them. Toilet needed plunging. My dream. Rooms with people in them. Reese was in my dream, so was David. Halls. I was going to graffiti. There was a tiny movie theater. A bunch of Asian gents thought they were in a steam room or something. Couldn't hear the movie. There was a fountain, a fresh budding white rose, teeny tiny, on a bunch of some women. We're supposed to, I found Andrew too. We and I had a man-to-man talk, and he grew up a bit. He said I was going to live 1,000 years. I just left him standing there and walked out the big glass doors. Outside, big crowd. I walked to the fountain where the rose bush was. This note says, Darcy, I came by, but you wasn't home, Sarah. And here's a really cool sticker. Where can I go? Anywhere away from him. Anywhere away from everyone. I want to be free. I want to live. I want to be happy. He just now proved that I'll never be free or happy as long as he lives. I hate him. I just want out. A nice girl, a simple living. No, my father. No stupid ass kids. No fucked up girls. I just want to be happy. He doesn't care about anyone but him. It's so obvious. Give him an inch and he takes a mile, except he expects 2 miles. Make a mistake and he remembers you for it forever. Free me. Am I going to die by suicide because of that slave owner? If he is given love, he uses the gift to enslave the giver. Man, I can't even begin to explain how fucked up he makes me feel. I don't want to die by suicide. I want to live. Have a good woman in my life, publish my stories. It's driving me insane. I gotta go when I go. I'm never coming back. I'll not have anything to do with anyone. Why is he such a possessive bore? Who cares? Time to move. I'll go to Victoria and get a shitty room somewhere. No phone. Shitty room. Alright, Johnny and Patrick and Reese. That's it. Besides, Mom, they're my family. They'd let me live. They'd let me be. With them, I can be free. I can live. I am alive. I am happy. Dave is depressing. I came to hell to get away from him It's been shit since I got here because of Jay. Just wanted another cab driver. Finally got his wish. Took complete advantage in it, ruined me, and now I'm all crippled up. I was seriously contemplating cutting myself. Why did I answer the phone? I don't know. Maybe I don't want him. Maybe I don't want to die. I don't know. I guess it was Hugh. I was a bit short with him, but he blew it away, and we ended up having a very good talk. Anyhow, I feel a little bit better now. He says Scott is more selfish and lazy than Ty. Ty just won't do anything. Scott expects everything. I just looked in to Ty and Chelsea's room under the sink and found wine bottles and beer bottles and pill capsules. That's probably like I don't know. I didn't snoop in the kids' rooms or in their shit, so I don't know what the fuck that is. I would think I was looking for the shirt and saw it there, I guess. I'm a big believer in letting people be free. I suppose that I never rode their asses, none of them, for anything. Jay was just in the house with Jamey, XB, and the kids. Gotta do this. Oh yeah, move things I can do here. Yeah, I'm gonna show up and make your life unlivable. Whoops, yeah. Here's more work for me to do. Get used to it, Darcy. I'm gonna start coming around to do this really important work in my house. He's never going to give me any kind of freedom. I hate him. And only because I need peace of mind, or am I going to die? I just got no reason to trust him. He's foully common and vulgar. I just can't stand it. I gotta get away. I'm gonna move and never talk to him again, which is true, which is what I did. And he's my major problem in life. I hate it. Sure, there's things need doing, but no one leads to another. I'm gone. I'll just leave, maybe burn the house down because I can't keep my art and my writings. I don't feel that way then, neither now. I won't allow him to define my pain. Fuck it. Was it just suicidal thoughts? Maybe it's time to die. I'll never succeed at anything anyhow. And 25 years later, not much has changed. I tried so hard all my life to be so different that no chick has ever kissed with me well enough. So few kisses anyway, so far between. And so many years, because I'm pretty particular with girls, with women. Very particular. Well, this is a receipt from May 17, 2000. Shoppers Drug Mart, Hamilton Street, Regina. So that's a bookmark for me for now. I told Johnny that I was lonely, and I am, but where am I going to find a girl good enough for me? I've been with all those young girls, those teenagers, for too long, I reckon, and the artist bunch. I don't like me, and I don't like them, and I don't want to mess around with the half-breed prostitute bunch, and I'm very poor, so that really limited me. Maybe a nice dumb waitress. What do I need love for? I need to be loved? What is love? It is sacrifice, not risk. I feel really sad. I've been sadder, though I've been happier. And called. Ty is helping out around their house. Good. Don't give him room to backslide. His dad in Vancouver might send them some money. Yeah. This bunch of kids are true losers, don't got no backbone like my sweetie kid pals, just a bunch of user losers. And it doesn't say anything nice about Tyler here. Of course, that's only because I'm very much in love with Chelsea, the little red-headed girl here. I don't mind the girl staying with me because Lexi, you know, the girl here on the end with Hugh, she actually stayed and finished high school, thank goodness, but Tyler proved kind of a nuisance. I got along good with the parents, though. And as I said before, I'm not familiar with the kids in the middle right off the bat. Perhaps their story should come through. The little girl in the middle is quite cute, actually. I threw Ty out tonight. He went crazy. Said he was glad to go because it wasn't safe here anyways. He also claimed to love Satan and swore that he was a servant of the foulness itself. It is Good Friday, the beginning of the Passover. What a psycho. If you knew him now, he's a nice dad with beautiful kids. Oh, good Lord. Anyhow, he took Chelsea with him into his own personal hell. Claimed that getting Chelsea pregnant wasn't his fault. Well, what a joke. Whose fault was it? Then says, I'm unhappy with her, I reckon, and glad they're gone. After all, I'm not safe for her to be alone with. And then it says, ha 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 ha. And these kids were different than the squeegee bunch. A little bit different than the Anarkids in the park. Probably because the two girls, Alexis and Chelsea, had grown up strictly Mormon. So maybe in that they had been separated and isolated from a lot of the activities that led to the delinquency of the other Anarkids. These kids were different. I really don't want them here. But they appeared, and I felt obligated in good faith and Christian charity to at least try and help them. For my aspects, I am psychologically damaged. I will never love nor trust another young person ever again. I am so happy that I never bred. I will never. Now, I kind of have my own secret alphabet that I used in writing these, and I don't want to spend any time deciphering, but here and there you'll find comments written in the easily deciphered cipher. Yet, whereas at one time I could read it like just at a glance, now I cannot. Tonight I realized nothing in the world but the love of family matters. If you know me now, you would understand what I mean about family has changed an awful lot, and doesn't just include those in my immediate blood circle, but something much dearer to the soul. He says here, I pray she don't leave, but I plain just don't care. Please protect her, sweet Jesus. She is such a great girl, the best of the whole damn lot. She's worth it, she really is. I'm so sorry I couldn't reach her. But I'm worth it too, I really am. I spent the whole afternoon playing with my nephews. Pat and I got buzzed. I miss Charity and really badly tonight. I miss her a lot. I wonder if Echo loves me. I hope so. I don't really give a damn about anyone else anymore. Yeah, I've got no friends. And Lexi goes, I just want to be alone. And I was for a long time after she left. Where as soon as she graduated, she was gone. I reckon if I had seduced her, she might have stayed, yet I would have probably knocked her up and we'd still be married to this day. Because I think that's how Mormon girls are raised, right? It's gotten light out. What a dream. I saw everyone leave my dark rooms, leave me with my special song. I spun the deck by hand. Me, it was my song. Wish I could recall it. Fuck, I can't even recall my dream. I want to get shit-faced. Great. Fucking wasted. Love, Uncle Darcy. Chelsea goes with Tyler. It'll be like kicking Jesus Christ out of my home. Like expelling Mary and Joseph. No untrue? More like expelling Adam and Eve. Damn them. They not only had birth control pills, but condoms. Chelsea is a true woman, and it says some bad things here. I guess I'm mad because they'd conceived and went to Vancouver, and it wasn't a good thing for either of them all. Like I said previously in one of these episodes, I asked them to care about each other and love each other a lot, but they didn't, because they didn't understand it. They were just kids, and it was everyone out for themselves. You know, it's our growing experience. Like I say, now they're all okay. Mostly their parents. I'm pretty happy that none of this is written in any kind of a way that makes any sense to me. So these pages are all mixed up. They may not even be written in any special sort of an order. You know, I've confused my dream. So what do I think that it means? How do I feel? I'm not sure now, more than ever, that I've been directed by Agnes D. Mater to write my stories for children and to build my home for society's wasted lives. But none can say, but what about ceremonial wine? People can be drunk when they come, no drinking. Boys and girls share kitchen. I don't understand how you can be a monk and have a sex drive and do drugs. It doesn't make sense, but it's pretty much what I've been doing all this time. No sex, though obviously my dream means that I have time running out to decide what I'm going to do. Had a long talk with Lexi yesterday. She can kind of figure I'd have a sexual relationship with her, but like all females, she wants to be conquered, not advanced upon slowly, stalked. Well, I like being on those days. I've been, anyhow. Ty is gone today. Chelsea and Lexi go, so be it. My dream has spoken. I am going to be very rich, maybe even famous. Well, there you go. There is proof that I know not at all anything when it comes to deciphering dreams. Let's not forget that. It may be important. Because I'm not very rich at all, nor am I even famous in any way. I may not be infamous as much so as I once was, but I'm certainly, definitely neither rich nor famous. It pretty much is a friend's dream. I welcome him into my home and to stay, and we were out for a walk in the alleys looking in yards, and I think of Murray and Patrick, and I looked into a yard and up at a house, and there upstairs rooms where lights were on, and it just goes on talking, and I don't know what it's writing down here. Trophy of sorts left outside near the alley gate where we came from. I don't know. Us was in a home when the girls came. I was playing a record. Gord was there. No, not him. Just one of the kids, I reckon. I was going to get a mohawk. I don't want a mohawk. Lexi tonight told me I should cut my hair, but why? To turn her on? Fuck her? She don't want me. She's colder than me. She wants Ty. He's gone now, too. He is stealing Chelsea from her. He is bad news. He is gone. No explanation. He is fucking me over, taking advantage of me. None stays for 5 days now. None. That's it. You show up. You can stay for 5 days. I don't care if you were drinking. No sex, no drugs, no liquor. The old lady who takes care of us lets us stay for 5 days, then we go. Who cares for her? Who cares for her building? It was a beautiful, huge, like Colossus mansion, a big brownstone mansion. Why me? Why choose me? Who am I but me? None. A loser. Why does death stand over me watching, ever threatening? Never, ever. Must be a dream. Those are dream images. Playing with Anne and Cam's pup Angel today. Makes me miss Cleo. Told the kids I told the kids that I'd push Jamey off a building if I could because I hate her. I had to say it. It's so untrue. He's never heard me speak an unkind word. Anyone. I know right word, but and said Ty can stay with her. And then there's some laughter. I guess I'm still laughing at what I just wrote down there. Frick, this is making me dizzy the way this book spins around, the way it's writ here and there. Nothing in order, not makes sense at all. I had a dream. It ended at a very big stone building. It was huge, huge, huge building. I spoke when I awoke for 5 days. You're only allowed to stay for 5 days. It was a monastic order. Am I to establish a monastic order? Not an orphanage? What about sexual abstinence? I asked about it, but got no answers. One of the monks said no. They were drinking. I drank some sweet red wine. It stuck in my throat. Philip Petit was in my dream. The Philip Petit was a definitive bully in my grade school days became my best friend in high school. So um, that might give you some insight into what I think about enemies. Bill Petit was in my dream. So was Gordon. They both visited everyone. Everyone visits me. Patrick called yesterday. He's coming by. I saw a bony figure watching me. When I awoke, why do I see this shit anyways? I listened to a very broken punk record. It was in 3 pieces, all melted and twisted. It was my old Sex Pistols album. I must have kind of glued it together. I don't want to get old, I cried. The building was owned by an old woman. 5 days? Today being Good Friday, 21,400. And I don't know, this is driving me a little bit cuckoo. Hey, Diane and I went for a walk at Susan Whitney's. Susan Whitney's was the art gallery, the Nouveau art gallery. It was a very cool place. After the Bridge Art Gallery Cooperative shut its doors, I tried to reason with those other contributing artists involved with that cooperative that we should, like Susan Whitney, rent a house, a beautiful old wood-floored house just half a block from hers. And a few of the people therein, the fearless one specifically, wanted to sell his art immediately, but he'd never sold his art before at any of the galleries. And his oratory and rhetoric led astray too many of the other artists, and too much time passed, and too quickly the opportunity was gone, and the Bridge Art Cooperative never really amounted much more than a folk collective, although it did have some effect in the community for some little while. My brother played a principal role in it then. As I said, it was very folk-orientated arts. Cheyenne Cote, roughhoused with Lexi playing cards. Woke up all by myself about 7 a.m. Gonna have a tea. Lexi is Purdy in the morning. Oh God, she was a beautiful girl. Her complexion was snow white, and her hair jet black, and her eyes forest brown. What a pleasance, and not too tall nor too big, just a genteel. She's the author of those letters we read together last time. Remember how clever this young lady is? We play fought a bit after I cheated at cards and tried to give her a pink belly. Only touched a female body in too many years. Woke up from my nap, fell asleep working, dreamt of Echo visiting and being very sad that Jamey lied to us and gave Cleo away to her mom. Cleo was the last of Trudge's puppies, and it's good that Cleo went to Jamey's mom because she had a stabler home then. It's not saying that Jamey was unstable mom to the puppy, it's just she was pretty much a wild party girl. No, she just had wild oats to sow yet still. And like I said, the mom was more established and gave the pup a more established home, which is probably better for the dog. Cleo was my dog too for a little while, the last dog to go to anyone's home. And Jamey used to get mad at me and laugh at me, and Cleo liked to tongue lick my face and my mouth, and I didn't like it, and I would try to nip at her tongue, and the dog would laugh when she got to give me a good kiss, and Jamey didn't like that. She told me so when we'd be sitting in a circle drinking together, me and the Anarkids, in my kitchen, our kitchen. I dreamt of Jamey's library card had expired. I was going to steal some books. I dreamt of flying. I knew I was dreaming, and I knew I hadn't flown in my dreams in a long time. But I woke up feeling kind of sickly. The toilet was running. Someone didn't close it, I guess. I don't know. Classical music was on the radio this morning. The only reason that bitch Jamey Parker called yesterday was to hurt me. She knew I'd ask about Cleo. She knew she should have gifted her to me, but she ditched her with her mom, using kids to play with as an excuse. What a damnable hole. Well, she didn't hurt me, but she hurt herself worse. I wonder if she finally, yeah. I can see why I'm going to destroy these books. And this is how she deals with it. Anyhow, it was a full moon too. Stupid Tanuk. That's all she is, a stupid Tanuk. Yeah, well, I was panicked yesterday. I wanted a coffee and $2 for books. Well, old history books. I saw Jason, that guy. He avoided me, though, probably because of what happened with his dad. His dad coming into the house and me unable to protect him from his dad, and his dad taking him away, despite neither of us wanting him going with his dad, and us both having to resign ourselves to that fate, and his dad glowing in it as my father would, because they were all cut out of the same cloth, the bastards. The boys were a waste of time. I decided, hey, here I'm panning for pennies, I should be in the bank begging for thousands to start a business, but no more losers like Andrew and his bunch. He is mean and cruel, self-centered, big-ass punk bitch, a true loser. So are all those wasted lives, the park people. Being got Susan Whitney's made me realize how valuable my artworks really are. I had some very nice fine oil paintings displayed at Cafe Ultimate. Much better artworks than any were displayed upstairs at Neutral Ground Art Gallery, with few exceptions. And as said, the Bridge Art Gallery Collective had closed. They tried to open another collective art gallery down the block later, and they did work for a while, but again, it was pinko and failed. I guess people weren't ready for perversion in art so much so then as they are now. I don't regret giving away my paintings, but I do at the same time. I believe they have their own lives, and they do. Maybe I'm just being selfish. It's time for a major change. I had a bit of a talk with Lexi tonight and kind of told her how I feel. There's a lot of different parts here. Had a very sexy dream, a white lily, female genitalia, interesting, hey? Found up $2, bought some books at the mantle, stole a paperback, dinner at the Marion. Ty cleaned up, which is so fucking cool. I didn't expect it. They went to college, fancy writing there. And Cote Novia, Diana took all my attention. Though we went to Sports Museum and Susan Whitney's too. Must have been a half-assed date with some of the older girls. The dirty fucking whore Parker gave away Cleo. Sure, to her mom. But Cleo was supposed to come to me. The whore did it to hurt me. I hate her very badly now. She's probably, if she ever heard me reading this, she'd be laughing her guts out and thinking of rotten things to say to me in response. Yeah, I'd probably never hear the end of it. We won't go on. Or maybe keep that page in case she does find out. I'm starting to hate Tyler. He's a very bad influence on Chelsea. They used the only pot and left it dirty for Lexi to wash before school. It's wash the pot or don't eat. Those selfish bastards. And I just had that long talk with Tyler. I want to kick the little fucker in the ass. The pot is smeared with cheese and noodles. Didn't even put it into the sink to soak. Well, I bed last night. I told myself it don't matter. That little shit just fuck off on her soon enough anyhow. I'm very angry. I don't want him here. But from now on, whatever. Care about anyone but himself? No more bows. He gets punished today for his insolence. I got a squarehead spade and turned the garden again. Chelsea is good when the fucker's not around. I want to kick his fucking ass, not just out of my life, but in the flesh. But with my steel toes. Remember, I used to be a skinhead punk rocker, even if I wasn't friends or allowed to hang around with the skinhead punk rockers from Prince Albert. I was a pirate and they didn't forgive me for that. Even after the big talk, no explanations, blah, blah, blah. Sarah Anderson, Tess and Ann Schmidt popped in for a visit. That Tess was cute. Man, I'll never ever help boys again for any reason because Ty's pissed me off. I don't exactly know what it is or why, but he has me at the end of my limit. Maybe it's the slackest, lazy, old poor me, piss poor, self-centered outlook on life. He threw a chair after Ann, Sarah, and Tess, and I left. I hung out with Ann, Sarah, and Tess and Cam. Ann and Cam are engaged. Cool. I don't think that's who Ann married. She married a man who gave her a family and a home. Well-deserved life together, I pray. Lionel. Chelsea and Ty don't give a fuck about no one but themselves. They sit on their lazy asses, feeble, not caring, leeching, taking advantage. They come down, leave the only pot dirty for Lexi to wash in the morning before school. I won't wash it. I want Lexi to see for herself how much they care. Reese called. He says, yeah, Casual labor is good, at least 3 times a week, if now and then, but for the lazy rubbish, Page is up to no good. RJ is no more Daniel. I don't think that's because Daniel passed on. Maybe he moved on. He was a married man with children, but they lived so close to the street and later were absorbed so much so into the street that long before it became cool, he was a street person with a family, living in a tent city out east. I can't do that. Ty and I had a big talk. Well, I talked and he listened, kinda, sorta. No stealing, no scarification or self-mutilation, no participation in participation in household activities, like doing things without being asked, as we see that he can and did do. No rotting in your room. Life is to be lived, not hid in a tomb. Then Mom called and Andrew showed up and all the same. Themis the earth to Prometheus, Aeschylus, Prometheus bound, lines 215 to 217. Not by strength, no or mustering force, the fates allowed conquerors to conquer, but by guile only. So we've, looked at that. We read this page and completely skipped this line wherein it says Machiavelli was right about females. Here's that Rosita fellow we used for a bookmark. It's kind of in the spot where we began, so. Similar note. Buttermilk, cheese, peanut butter, and meat. Somebody's graffiti. That's probably why I kept it. And here we go. This is Jamey's graffiti. Zuka. This is probably from when I had that broken hand. I don't know. Not going to get into that story at this time. Yeah, we're going to read these last few pages. You might like this. It was an attempt to write with my other hand. Not any good at it. Good Lord, it's written backwards too. I'm writing with my left hand because fucked up my other hand. Well, I'm not going to try and read this because I'll just get dizzy. I hope the rest of the book ain't written like that because then I'll have to read it. Dreamt of zombies, smart and fast. Fell to earth from spacecraft. Farm made zombies, smart and fast. Yucky. Tried to fly away, taking the zombies were flapping their arms, chasing after me. Most stupid dream ever. Jamey visited yesterday. You caught her downtown and ratted to the stupid bitch on me. I was probably lonely or sick or sad or something, and she came to see if I was okay because she left a gift. Well, the writing is very messy and hard to read. Another bad dream, just too strong to bother relating. Really, okay? The wrestlers get out of control. There's aliens and monsters and fiends and friends escaping. Down a drain. Here I am. Mom and Dad came to collect the rent. I didn't mind calling Sherry Mom after she cared for me having had my jaw smashed to shit by them two pigs. Wired shut, and Sherry made sure that I got fed by blending my meals. Bless her soul. I was shoveling in the garden. Gave one of the kids $20 for some piercings. Chelsea came to get her stuff. I stole some candles. I left for Phil and Echo. She's a typical dumb Tanuk. I've lost a lot of respect for her. The Schmidt kids are bad and always been a really bad girl. Arlen's bad. Anne's gonna get pregnant eventually, cheating on her boyfriend. I don't know. One of them is nothing but a white Indian. He can't love Chelsea. He can't love himself. I hope he dies before his pain is so serious. I expect he's serious trouble from the boy. Acid dreams in the kettle, copper kettle. Robert treated me nice, which is kind of probably like a nightmare because I don't think Robert and I ever talked really well together, although I paid him rent when I lived in the studio at the building where on the block, the mirror. He had some old antiques, roulette tables and whatnot left in the building. So that sums up that batch of pages, and when you open it, there's this little bit of the stretchy stuff you put on maybe your sprained wrist or something. Name of Edgar Dumont, a registered orthopedic technician at the Regina General. Jay Fraser's my doctor and an appointment. Oh, this is because of my cast. Okay. Yeah. I suppose, because I brought it up, I'll briefly mention it. The cast I got for a completely different reason than any of the kids that I've talked about in today's show with you. One of the girls, Odette, had been abused in one of the houses downtown. The story with the Twinkie is another story related to her and that incident or that place. But in this instant, the bikers, the rebels turned Hell's Angels, had fabricated some identification, so as some of these young girls, park girls that I hanged out with, would become strippers in their club, if you want to call it that. Their strip club? just a big empty warehouse room out in the warehouse area. You know, not even a nice warehouse. One of them warehouses they threw together in the 80s. Nothing fancy, just a shithole, really. So I met her outside the drugstore, and I'd asked her, you know, if she was still dancing, and fricky, she said, yeah, and the next thing you know, I'd slugged my hand into the cement wall. It was more than cement, it was some kind of a stone wall or another, and that didn't break. It didn't break until I twisted in that punch and made sure it was set, and she heard the crack, and I heard the crack, and it broke. And I hope that in her hearing that crack and seeing me break my hand, thus so frustrated for her being so abused by them sons of bitches, that it maybe helped her and the others to kind of break away from them, because I don't dig them cats whatsoever for that. They're just as equally perverted as the pigs in that city as far as I'm concerned. So I grew up with bikers, hanging out with bikers. I know what the fuck I'm talking about when I'm talking about Saskatchewan bikers. The old timers, I don't know, even they weren't dirty like that, although I do know that the bikers down in the Americas and in the bigger cities were prone to such deviance. The rebels from Calgary patched over to the Angels prior to the patch over in Saskatchewan. And this is here the emergence of the crystal methamphetamine on the scene, and I'm telling you that I saw the kids that hang out with me, the Anarkids, the punk kids, the park kids, and they were trying to show me how and tell me how that they were making crystal methamphetamine then, and I didn't understand it then, and I don't understand it now, and I don't give a fuck about it, period. So stay well, y'all.